the whole 2 weeks in which I was talking about corruption in Zimbabwe. And I spent a lot of time trying to explain to you guys what corruption is, what a corrupter is and what a corruptee is, and the role that the corrupter, the role that the capital class of our nation, the role that those with money in our nation play in corrupting our government officials. I went to the extent of explaining the link between Masiyiwa as the richest man in Zimbabwe and the corruption of our institutions, the corruption of our government officials, and the fact that he was able to destroy our institutions in the nation. I went on to explain to you guys how a man that controls the information flow in a country through a cellular network, a man who controls banking through Steward Bank, a man who is able to control your seeds through Agri, is a man that is very powerful and is able to change the destiny of a nation. I also went to the extent of explaining why it is important for us to hold such powerful business people, the richest black man in the country, the man who owns our information, the man who controls our information flow, the man who controls banking, and the man who's able to control our payment systems and our seeds. It is important for us to vet such a man, hold such a man accountable, and understand the power that he holds over the judiciary, the government, investigating organs, banking system, and how his corruption can destroy a nation. I explained this. A lot of Zimbabweans went straight away into indicting me. They went straight away into saying that I am a jealous man. I just hate Strive because he is successful. I hate successful people. And what they don't understand is that successful people who corrupt a government system, corrupt institutions, are dangerous to the nation because they are the ones that cause the corruption. They are the ones that cause the destruction of a nation. I went to the extent of explaining to you how such rich people like Strive, destroying the banking system through externalization, destroying the banking system by not banking in Zimbabwe, by not paying taxes. They deprive our government of the money that it requires to create institutions and to maintain government institutions that the poor people of Zimbabwe need. I went on to explain that there is something wrong when a Zimbabwean business person who benefits from the Zimbabwean market, who became rich from the Zimbabwean market, continues to be rich while the people in the nation that is making him rich become poorer. It can only be concluded that a person can become richer while those that are around him are becoming poorer because he is sucking the poor, or he is sucking other people in the nation to become poorer. This is common sense, Zimbabweans. In South Africa, we even had a state capture issue, one that I think is fake, but at least they're talking about state capture, but we have had state capture in Zimbabwe much longer than this one that they're talking about in South Africa. Someone might say that the state capture that is in Zimbabwe is actually a reflection of the state capture that is in South Africa, where the capital class is capturing government and has government working at its whims. It has corrupted the judiciary through the white elite and white capital that is in South Africa. In Zimbabwe, because Mugabe was intolerant of the white elite, because he destroyed the structures of the white elite have piggybacked off our own people. Now the question is, if you hate corruption, why do you hate what I'm talking about? If you hate corruption, why do you love a man that has corrupted your judiciary, that has destroyed your investigative arms, that has deprived your government of the money that it requires to make its institutions stronger? If you hate corruption, why do you hate it when I'm telling you that the seeds of our nation are in danger because of a man that has an agenda that has been given a mandate by the Rockefellers to ensure that he hybridizes and creates GMOs on our continent to control our food. Why do you hate me for telling you such truths? Why do you love a man that is out to destroy your food supply, to destroy your seeds? A man that has already destroyed your judiciary, who has corrupted your government officials, who have given shares and kickbacks to government officials to corrupt the system of governance. Why do you hate me for telling you such truths? And if you hate me for telling you such truths, do you really want an end to corruption, or do you want a continuation of corruption? And if you have a preference of who you want to be corrupt, and if you favor certain corrupt people over others, is it wrong now when other people also support the corruptees, the government officials that have been corrupted by your corrupter? These are the questions we have to discuss as Africans. Why do you love the corruption of certain people and hate the corruption of others? Do you love the corruption of certain people because you hope to be part of that corruption? And do you hate the corruption of certain people because you fear that you're not going to be part of that corruption? What is your motivation? What is it that makes you speak against certain corruption and be quiet about other corruption? I've heard people like Pastor Ivan, they were talking about the corruption in this government system. The moment we start talking about Strive Masiyiwa's corruption, MDC is quiet, Pastor Ivan is quiet, people like Fadzai Mahere are quiet. Why? Because they benefit from the corruptor. They benefit from this man that has corrupted our entire institutional mechanism and made it in such a way that Zimbabwe can't be built anymore. The banking system and its corruption, the banking system and its collapse.